Have you ever had an experience that changed your life forever? Have you ever had an experience that left you looking for something and perhaps you didn't even know what it was you were looking for? Have you ever had an experience in life that absolutely shifted your perspective? Have you ever had an experience in life that really altered who you are? Well, my name is LeMay Irvin. How about you join me for another conversation on Life by Design, finding my space in the universe. You know, there are two things in my life that I have enjoyed more than anything in my almost 50 years of living. I enjoy being a mother. I love that God entrusted me with three precious people to mold, to shape, to pour into, to love on, to check, all of that good stuff. I love being a mom. I love combing my baby girl's hair. I love that my little boys got haircuts, and I love dressing them. I used to iron 15 outfits every Saturday or Sunday, and it just made me feel good. When they left the house in the morning, they were clean, them little bald heads was shining, and Jazzy's hair was combed, and they all smelled like $1,000,000. I love being a mom. I love that they could come to me, that they can come to me when they have problems or issues. And I love that they've often come to me just for love, or they text me and say, "Mommy, I love you," or they text me and they say, "Mom, I appreciate you." So I love being a mom. It's one of the things that I've done the best in my life. I wasn't the perfect mother. Oh, honey child, please, no. I wasn't. I made my share of mistakes, but hopefully I got a little better with each one. So Stephen, I apologize to you because you was the oldest, so we had to practice on you. And then Nate, we had to practice on you. And then finally Jazzy came, and we had gotten a little bit better by the time we got to Jocelyn. But I enjoy being a mom. Like, I love being a mother. And the other thing that I enjoy really, oh my gosh, and I said two things, it's really three things. Being a grandma. Oh my gosh. Or as my babies call me, Nanny Pumpkin. Oh, those three little grandchildren of mine. My God. Woo. That's a story that's a whole nother conversation. Y'all have to join me for a conversation on Life by Design when we talk about having grandkids. And even being a mom to my daughter in love, to my daughter Brienne, just our conversations, the time that we share, how we play with each other, how we mess with each other, just all that stuff. I really love being a mom. But the other thing that I've really enjoyed is I enjoy being a wife. I enjoyed cooking and cleaning and ironing shirts and matching up ties and doing laundry and laying out t-shirts and socks and underwear and all those things that I did as a wife for my husband. I love being his helpmeet. There was a time in life where I was a homemaker, where I didn't work and my husband worked. And I love that when he came home to a clean house. He came home with a meal cooked, and he came home with a bathtub full of water just for him. And those were, way before we got into ministry and our kids grew up and all that stuff. But I loved being a wife. And any of those of you who know me or you follow me on Facebook, you knew before my husband passed away that I loved being a wife. I just did. My grandmother taught me, and she trained me, and she showed me how to be a mom. She showed me how to be a wife, and and then even trial and error, and even help from my mother-in-law and help from my mom. It was one of the things that I did the best, was walking beside my husband. And I loved it because I absolutely did walk beside him and not behind him. And I just love the mutual respect that we had for one another. I love how we got to a place where we were like a bicycle, where we just kind of just, we just roll with it and we just did it. But in both of these instances, these two, actually three, these experiences that I have had and am having, there came a point in life where they shifted. And first of all, with my children, anybody who knows me knows I am the happiest when all of my family's together. If you ever want to make me happy, just have all my family together, spending the night, all of us together, laughing, playing games, having fun, doing what we do. But as my children grew up, especially my boys, and they moved out and moved on to establish their own lives in the world, that was very tough for me because I'm very close to my children. And so when you're a mom like me, you jump in front of a train to save your babies. You know what I mean? And so it left me feeling kind of on the inside. And it wasn't that we didn't train them, and it wasn't that we didn't teach them. It was just that, oh God, I gotta let go. And they're not babies, they're men. I gotta let go. And I didn't like that. And I remember me and my husband, we would talk about it sometime. He said, baby, you gotta let them go. And I said, I know, but I don't want to. I just, I want them to be here. I want to see them every night. I want to see them walk in and be able to look in their eyes and know that they're okay. And so when they moved, I still loved them. I knew that they had to do it. But just as a mom, I just didn't want them to leave me. And so then I had another experience, as you all know, when my husband passed away. And wow, talk about messing with your headspace. It really messed with my headspace. And the reason why is because one thing I loved about my husband is that he was able to see me. He could see me. The good, the bad, the ugly, the weight fluctuation, the different changing of hair colors and hairstyles. And, he just seen me. But what I loved about him is he got me. He understood me. He was right there. He loved me when I had to check myself sometimes, be like, I don't know how this man stand me. But he loved me, and he loved loving me. And so it was so amazing. And he always let me know. He always let me know exactly how he felt about me. And so when I went from that to him being gone, I lost something. And yes, I lost him in the physical and the spiritual and the emotional sense, but LeMay, I lost something. And so this was difficult for me, not only because I was his wife, but it was difficult for me because, I have a saying for my business that says, you're bold, you're beautiful, and you're profoundly intelligent. And I believe all of that, and I teach all of that. But in that moment, in that space of time, I didn't feel bold, beautiful, and profoundly intelligent. I felt lost. I felt hopeless. I had to go back and try to figure out, who am I? And the reason why this was such a struggle is because we got to a place in our marriage where we thought as a unit, even though we were individuals. My favorite color is pink, his favorite color is blue. I sleep late, he gets up early. We have these different things. I'm talkative, he's reserved. But when we come, it just worked. It just worked for us. And so when I lost that piece in the unit, it messed with my psyche because I had to find my own place in the universe. And though people were telling me who I was and speaking life into me about who I was and where I was headed without him, those were great. But I had to find the space where LeMay fit in the universe and where I could own me. And that was so challenging. And so I would go and do different things and make business decisions. And the first thing in my mind would be like, well, what would baby say? Well, what would baby do? And it was so challenging. When I built my house, it was like, okay, well, what will baby do? And what I love about the Lord, in the voice of my husband, he says to me, baby's not here. You have to make that decision. And so as I did my best to find my space in the universe and to hear my voice in the universe, I had to rediscover what I liked as LeMay. And what I mean is that I lost myself in my children. Because y'all, I'm telling you, I'm a mother extraordinaire. I am a good mother. I'm not bragging, I'm just saying I'm a good mother. And I was a good wife, you know. I'm just saying I was a good wife. And so sometimes for the sake of good, we lose ourselves. We lose ourselves because we throw ourselves into our relationships. We throw ourselves into being moms and being parents and being dads and what have you. But even in good stuff, we can lose ourselves. And so when my husband passed away, it messed me up because I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, my kids are living their lives and they're grown, and Jazzy's living her life and she's grown, and then there's me. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have to think for me. I have to make decisions for me. And then I have to be willing to deal with the consequences of whatever decision I made, because I made it by myself. And even though I will always consult God, I still make the decision pretty much by myself. And I have to, face what my choices are. And I have to own my stuff. And so I just had a conversation with Jesus. And I was like, God, you got to help me. You're going to have to help me find me again. And through much prayer, through much studying, and as I always saying, having the right people in my life at the right time, in the right season, doing the right things and saying the right things, I have found my space in the universe. And what's great about it is when you find your space in the universe, child, don't matter what nobody else think about you. You're not worried about that because you understand where you fit, you know where you belong, and you are doing it. You are doing it. You're not worried about what they saying, what they thinking, and Lord, who cares about all that stuff? You have found your place in the universe. So competition is not something you're worried about. You're not trying to be out there having your name in lights or trying to be number one on your job. You're not worried about that stuff because you, i.e. me, have found my place in the universe. And so today, I just want to encourage you and tell you that you can do it. You can do it. As Ayanla says, if you do your work, and as I say, if you know that you are bold, beautiful, and profoundly intelligent, whether you're a man, whether you're a girl, whether you're a woman, whether you're a pastor, whether you're a lawyer, you're a doctor, whether you're a homemaker, a teacher, a sister, a brother, a friend, an auntie, or an uncle, the universe has need of you. We need you in our lives. So understand, step back, take a look at your life, stop stressing, do your work, and find your space. Find your voice and find your place in the universe. Until next time, thank you for watching. God bless you.